Okay. Yes. Vado. Ok. Non va in onda, sicuramente no. Niente. Ok, faccio. Vado. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Mugello. This is the final round. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
One championship, 8 races, legendary circuits, drivers from all over the world, one family, one passion, endurance racing. Welcome to the most professional endurance racing series for all drivers, amateurs, semi-professional and professional. Welcome to the 24-hour series powered by Hankook. Round 1, the Hankook 24 Hours of Dubai. Round 2, the Hankook 12 Hours of Mugello. Round 3, Hankook 12 Hours at Spa-Francorchamps. Round 4, Hankook 12 Hours of the Hockenheim Ring. Round 5, Hankook 24 Hours of Portimao. Round 6, the Hankook 24 Hours of Barcelona for the Trofeo Fermi Valer. Round 7, the Coppa Florio for the Hankook 12 Hours of Sicily. Round 8, the Hankook 24 Hours of Sebring. Can you beat the challenge of 8 endurance races? Will you become the 24-hour series champion for 2021? This is endurance. Call your racing friends and register now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this, yes, the beautiful rolling hills of Toscana, bellissima Toscana, beautiful Tuscany in Italy. The magnificent intro I saw a few moments ago. The scene here this morning, you can see, well, not quite the glorious weather we've had throughout the previous rounds of the championship. This is the final round for 2020. This is Mugello. This is the Mugello 12 hours to be split over the 2 days here. We are underway with qualifying. We're going straight into qualifying. In fact, it's underway from the practice session that did not cease. The cars are out on a, you can see the circuit's not in the best condition. Heavy fog over the track here this morning. The track is actually wet, and we are underway with qualifying with a 20-minute session. 2 races here this weekend to make up 12 hours. There is the scene, the paddock here at Mugello, and unfortunately the still empty grandstands for 2020. Yes, we are underway with qualifying. It is a 2-part 12-hour race, and in fact, just to make 2020 a little bit more confusing, the race will actually be of a duration of 11 hours and 15 minutes, quite simply because we will run out of daylight come around 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. So qualifying underway with the American team of CP Racing. They are currently quickest. As you look at the MP racing car from Italy, the Mercedes down in 15th place with David Gosner at the wheel at the moment. So qualifying underway, part 1 of the race gets underway at midday local time here in Mugello. As you look at David in the magnificent AMG Mercedes coming onto the straight now, will thunder past our commentary position in a moment. In 15th place, we'll check the times for you as they come across the line. He goes up into 4th place with a 1:58.597. So Charles Espenlaub, the American, in a similar machine as David goes down through turn 1. It is Charles for CP Racing, the American, in position 1 with a 1:53.224. Currently on pole position provisionally. 17 car field here for the final round of the series. You may have seen, or in fact you did of course see in our introduction, the Mugello 12 hour was to have been run earlier on in the back in springtime. Of course, that didn't happen, and you know why. But we're delighted to have your company here this morning for this, the final round of the 2020 24-hour series. It is the 5th round of the European 24-hour series and the 4th round of the Continents Championship. As Gosner gets all out of shape, gets out of the throttle, almost threw it into the sand on a treacherous circuit here in position 4. Did the intelligent thing and just backed right out of it, almost threw it away. But keeps it on the track, of course, has to abandon that lap. He's still looking at an outside second row start at the moment. So it is the German cars 1 through to 6th at the moment. Mercedes, 2 Porsches of the Herbert Motorsport team. Another Mercedes, that is Gosner in P4. The first touring car, the TCX entry, JR Motorsport. Oscar Grauper, the Dutch driver, at the wheel. He's in position 5 with a 2-minute dead at the moment. And then the TCR Volkswagen of the championship winning team, Altorama Motorsport by Wolf Powered Motor Racing. They're in position 6. Yannick Mettler at the wheel with a 2 minutes 3.090. So we've just got under 12 minutes remaining as Gosner comes up across the line again. There is Jorgen van Hove in the Porsche, just exiting pit lane. The 991 Cup entry for the Speed Lover Racing team. Down in 15th place, Jürgen comes out onto the circuit. There he is. And behind them look to be the Lamborghini from Lithuania. Magnificent machine, easily the loudest car here at the circuit. The empty grandstand, you can hear that Italian bull just rumble down the straight. The Lithuanian Lamborghini certainly in contention for the win here this weekend, the final round of the championship. Artus Batrax, the RD Signs Racing Team, position 5 with a 159.965. So slowly the track is getting better. We do have a support class at racing here, a couple of support classes here this weekend. However, they have not gone out to practice this morning. It was an open practice session for the 24-hour endurance category, and they've gone straight into qualifying here this morning. One of the numerous TCR or TCE touring cars here this weekend. This is the M4 GT4 of Team Aviasorge Rennsport. Jose Manuel at the wheel, the Spanish driver, down in 12th place with the 209.491 at the moment. The track improving with every lap, but as we say, no support class to tidy up the circuit or clean up the track as yet. 401, the Pro Sport Racing Aston Martin GT4 from Belgium in 15th place at the moment. So 9 minutes left on the clock in qualifying. It is still Charles from America in the Mercedes in position 1 with a 153.224. The 401 Pro Sport Racing entry. Rodri Guillon, Carrie Schreiner, and also Nico Verdonk, the highly experienced pro driver, the Belgian. Not quite sure who's at the wheel of that car at the moment. It may in fact well be Nico trying to set a time. They're down in 15th place at the moment. As you look at the top car sport, Cupra, TCR, Fabian Dance, Kari-Pekka Laxelin from Finland, Adrian Spetska from Switzerland. Fabian Dance at the wheel of the top car sport entry. Sharing that car with your aforementioned drivers, Adrian and also Kari-Pekka Laxelin, highly experienced in the Scandinavian Touring Car Championship. which in itself is looking for a great 2021 season. And they're looking to finish 2020 on a high. The second week of November, summer is well and truly a thing of the past. We're into the autumn. It was actually quite warm here on, let's see, today's Friday, so it was Wednesday 2 days ago. Rain showers yesterday, just light rain showers, but we are expecting a clear day, would you believe it? Here this afternoon and also tomorrow, around about 16-17 degrees, and no chance of, or very little chance of rain. We won't say no chance. We're not too far from the Adriatic coast, just about 30 kilometres from the historic city of Florence, or Firenze, here in bellissima Toscana. Beautiful Tuscany, the MotoGP circuit of Mugello, the final round of the 24-hour series for 2020. So the CP Racing Mercedes-AMG currently on pole position provisionally with 7 minutes remaining here. 150.919 for the All-American team. Then it's the two Herbeth Motorsport Porsche 911s. Alfred Renoir, Daniel Alleman in 2 and 3 in cars 92 and 91. The 991 Porsches. And then Manuela Gosner for MP Racing, she's in position 4. Has just improved to put the Lamborghini from Lithuania back to P5. Oscar Grappa, the Dutchman, in the E92 BMW M3 in 6th place. The EB Motors GT4 Cayman Porsche from Italy, Marco Frezza in 7th place. As you ride on board the Lamborghini from Lithuania, the drivers with the most difficult names to pronounce. Arturs Batrax, not too bad. The RT Signs racing team. You're on board with him at the moment. And they're in 5th place with a 159.211. The Raging Bull logo on the steering wheel of the Italian car from the Lithuanian team. As he comes onto the straight, we'll see if he can improve. Comes across the line, and we'll check the times. Goes up to P4. Does Arturs Batrax sharing the car with Martinez Krishka, Edicius Gutravicius and Audricius Putkavicius. I don't speak Lithuanian, I'm sorry. That's the best effort at pronouncing the drivers from Lithuania. And highly experienced they are, and they're quite quick. They're in contention well and truly for the victory here today. Position 4 in the Lamborghini. Splits the German cars, which are still 1, 2, 3. Mercedes, 2 Porsches, then the Lamborghini. And the Mercedes in position 5 of Manuela, the Italian team from Bolzano, right in the very north of Italy. Manuela, car 58, she's in position 5. Just the first 6 cars to go under 2 minutes. 4:34 left on the clock in qualifying for the 24-hour series, the final race for 2020. Great to have your company. This is qualifying before the 12-hour race, the final event of this bizarre season. The race to start midday local time, which is just over 2 hours. Midday local time here in Italy, Central European time, which I believe is GMT +1. Very difficult to keep up with these issues these days, isn't it? With everything that's gone on, daylight savings. Yeah, it's not so important after everything that's happened this year, but the race start in just over 2 hours' time. As you look at the Porsche 991 Cup car from Belgium. The speed lover entry, Eric Muiz, Olivier Dons, Jurgen van Hove. They're down in 9th place at the moment. Just comes across the line, does Jurgen. Doesn't improve. He's got Jose Manuel de Los behind him from Spain in the M4. De los Milagros Vineglia from Spain, they're in 10th place. Ivo Broikers in the Cupra DSG TCR car. Konstantin Kletzer in the Alto Rama Motorsport Volkswagen Golf GTI TCR, the team wrapping up the championship. After that great run in Sicily, we'll speak about that throughout the course of the weekend. Back at Enna Pergusa in the Italian island of Sicilia just a few weeks ago. That magnificent circuit that runs around the lake has been rebuilt, restored over the past couple of seasons, bringing it up to FIA Grade 2 standards, hosting the Coppa Florio just a few weeks ago in beautiful, glorious sunshine. The penultimate round of 2024. As Manuela goes through in car 58, the Mercedes. Less than 2 minutes remaining now, and it's looking good for the American CP Racing. Car 85, the All-American team. Charles Espenlaub at the wheel, sharing that car with Charles Putnam and Shane Lewis. The American drivers. The American team, CP Racing, here in Italy in the German car. A very international field. That is the point of the 24-hour series, over 8 rounds. In fact, the 2021 calendar has been announced already. We'll bring you up to date with that throughout the course of the next 2 days. You can check out all the details on the official website 24hseries.com. 1 minute remaining left on the clock. We ride on board in the Lamborghini, which is in position 4 at the moment. Artur's butt trucks behind the wheel, trying to improve its second row start, rolling start here in just over 2 hours time. The 24-hour series, the 12 hours of Mugello, the final event in this bizarre 2020. You can see the conditions are really treacherous here this morning. Light rain overnight. It's more just standing dew and fog which has fallen on the circuit, if that makes sense to you. Certainly no standing water on the circuit. We are expecting it to dry out. Some support classes following it at the conclusion of the checkered flag, which is just a few moments ago almost, well, just backs out of the throttle there, does Artur, so won't improve on 4th place. In fact, lets Manuela goes through on her flying lap. She's in position 5 in the MP Racing Mercedes AMG GT3. So this is the checkered flag. It's looking good for the Americans to take pole position for the final race of 2020. The checkered flag is waving. The tracks will come into pit lane. A 4th position start, second row start for the Lithuanian Lamborghini. The RD Signs Racing team. Car 720 will pull to the right into pit lane. In fact, it's a position 5 start because Manuela Gosner, she goes across the line, she improves, position 4 in the MP Racing Mercedes. There's the checkered flag. It is Charles Espenlaub still on pole position. Fabian Dance gets the checkered flag. Gilles Besson in the Bascoton Racing Cupra in 15th place. The Pro Sport Racing Aston Martin, we expected better from them. They'll be starting 17th, but we'll look for them to come charging up through the field. As you look at the pole sitters all the way from the USA, CP Racing, the Mercedes AMG GT3, Charles Espenlaub with a 149.410. The American takes pole position here for the final event of 2020. We'll check the grid for you, the final results of qualifying in just a moment, as Jurgen van Hove comes across the line in position 9. The Belgian 991 Cup car. 5th row start for them. But it is Charles Espenlaub. CP Racing takes pole position in very difficult conditions here this morning. The track not fully wet. It's certainly far from dry. But it will be a Mercedes AMG GT3 to start on pole position. Here is the results of qualifying on your screen, all the way from the USA. Charles Espenlaub, CP Racing pole position, ahead of the 2 Herbert Motorsport Porsche 911 GT3R cars. Robert Renoir, Daniel Alleman in 2 and 3. Manuela, she comes across the line. Her final flying lap goes position 4 with a 156.899. Arturs Petrax, who we rode on board with momentarily throughout that session. The Lithuanian Lamborghini in position 5. Oscar Grappa. The E92 M3 in position 6. Marco Frezza. The GT4 Porsche Cayman for EB Motors in 7th place. Miklas Born in the TCR Volkswagen P8. Jurgen van Hove in position 9. But it is the American drivers who will start on pole position later on today in just over 2 hours' time. The track covered in heavy fog. Welcome to beautiful Tuscany. Well, normally it is. But there it is. The grid is set. We will take a short break here from Mugello. We'll see you back here in 2 hours, the final event of 2020. Don't forget you can keep up to date with everything on the official website, 24hseries.com. The final event of 2020, the Mugello 12 hours, gets underway at 12 local time, just over 2 hours. We'll see you for the race start then.